Welcome to Rage of the Abyss Rarities. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more honest content. Rage of the Abyss has been going all week here, and we've gotten the chance to see some of the coolest rarities out of this set so far. And I will tell you, I'm impressed. So starting things off here, we have Heart of the Blue Eyes. This is going to always be treated as a Millennium card. No real shocker there, considering, can't really play this with original Blue Eyes support, and it gives you the ability to discard it to add a Millennium Ankh from your deck to your hand. And if you've successfully resolved a Millennium Ankh this turn, and this is in your graveyard, and your opponent pops on a monster that is level 8 or higher or has 3,000 or more attack, whichever, applies first, you can send that opponent's monster to the graveyard to special summon this. Also, control of this card can't switch. That's actually going to be, there's a lot of interesting rulings around this card with the idea you can't really do the flipperoo with this, that I like a lot. But, we definitely knew that this was going to take up a secret slot for sure. Now we get into the Mimig cards, starting off with the giant Mimig. This is our Rock Exceed monster. Your non-Exceeds Mimig monsters can attack directly while your opponent has a face-down monster. And then you get to add a Mimig card from your deck to your hand on something. You can detach one and then target face-up cards on the field up to the number of face-down cards your opponent controls and destroy them. If you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent for each card destroyed. Under Dungeon, this thing is huge. And then we have the Throne, which 2 level 1 Mimig monsters to make. It's not as generic as our predecessor here, but we can detach a material from this card to special summon a Mimig master from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So now the argument to play less masters actually does exist. Quick effect, we can target a Mimig master we control, equip this card to it as an equipped spell card, and it gains 1,000 attack. Then we can return cards on the field of the hand up to the number of materials this hand. So you'll be getting at least a bounce 1 off of this, which is pretty decent. And then the Mimig Charm itself. The once per chain during the main phase of a Mimig monster your opponent controls is flipped face up. You can randomly choose a face down card from your opponent's extra deck. And if it's a monster that can be special summoned to your field, but it cannot activate its effects this turn, I don't care, it's a free stepping stone. And if it wasn't a monster that could be special summoned, banish that monster. And you get to use this twice per turn. So free link climbing, free steal your girl. It's some pretty interesting stuff with this. Now, we have the Primite Imperial Dragon. So this is our normal monster support that says this thing can't be normal summoned except by tributing a normal monster, but you can still set it and then flip it face up. But during your opponent's main phase, you can reveal this in your hand. Immediately after it resolves, tribute summon a Primite monster. So if there was another Primite monster, you could tribute. And then on the resolution of that summon, you basically get to apply 2 effects, which are negate all face-up effect monsters on the field, and then banish all monster your opponent controls for a normal monster type in your graveyard. And then Primite Lordly Load. Probably one of the best cards in the set, actually. If you're a normal monster enjoyer, this is broken. On activation, add a Primite card from deck to hand, then you can declare a normal monster name, Dark Magician, Red Eyes, anything out here. And then you get a special summon the declared monster, but you cannot activate the effects of special summon monsters on the field this turn. And then, of course, once per turn, normal and Primite monsters you control gain 3 attack for each normal monster in your graveyard. I mean, pretty strong. And then we got the Red Eyes Full Metal Dragon. This, you have to summon it by using the new Metal Morph card by tributing a level 5 or higher dragon. And it gives you a once per turn negate that also allows you to burn your opponent. And I think one of the coolest things about this card is it has a recycle ability to dip back into the deck from the hand to set the Metal Morph directly from the deck to the field. So basically, they fix these boss monsters by giving them an inherent ability to reset. Dominus Impulse. One of the craziest cards of the set. Now, we've talked about how crazy hand traps can be in the course of the game, and yes, they can be stupid. If your opponent controls a card, you can activate this card from your hand. When a card or effect is activated that includes an effect that special summons a monster or monsters, negate that effect. Then, if you have a trap card in your graveyard, destroy that card. If you've activated this card from your hand, you cannot activate light, earth, or wind monsters for the rest of this duel. So, if you're not expecting this card to be $50, $60, considering what this card is to the course of the game, it is an incredibly broken card. Now remember, you only get locked if you activate it from the hand. So, past turn, one, if you set this, congratulations. It's free season. Like, you're not getting punished, which is incredibly useful to know. All right, Yu-Gi-Oh players' ability to read is absolutely amazing. Now, water stuff. So, Abyssen, the Atlantean spirit, getting slotted into secret rare. I guess I'm not all that surprised. It's always traded as a Mermail. You can tribute this card from your hand and one Atlantean or Mermail from your hand or field. Take a level 7 fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster from your deck. Either add to the hand or special summon in the account special summon from the extra deck for their turn except for water monsters. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, banish this from a graveyard to discard a card to draw a card. So this will trigger, you know, your Atlanteans during your opponent's turn. Then we have the Shadow Squad. Always treated as an Atlantean card. Discard one card, and this water monsters you control currently become level 7 till the end of the turn. And this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a monster effect of a water monster. So this will summon a level 4 lower Atlantean or Mermail from your deck. Except for this, also get locked out of your extra deck except for water monsters for the rest of this turn. I mean, it was either this or they called the bodyguards, and I think Shadow Squad is actually pretty cool. And then we have Iria, the Water Chandler. Yeah, this is a QCR. The card is always treated as a Charmer card, as per usual. Discard this and one other water monster to add a water monster from your deck to your hand with an attack equal or higher than the level of the other discarded monster. Also, you cannot activate non-water monster effects for this turn. And when your water monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card from your hand. I'm still indifferent about the special summon from the hand aspect of this. I just don't see the point. And then we have Poseidra Abyss, the Atlantean Dragon Lord. Well, it's 3 level 7 monsters to make this heinous creature. But we can also, once per turn, you can also exceed summon this by using one Atlantean or Mermail exceed monster you control, of course, to transfer the materials. And detach 2, send a water monster from your hand deck, hand deck to the graveyard to return up to 3 cards your opponent controls to the hand. And if this exceed summon card is sent to the graveyard, discard a card to the graveyard. So summon 3 level 3 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua monsters from your graveyard. I mean, honestly, I like the fact that this was an extremely easy card to have access to be honest with you. I wish we had more in the Atlantean and Mermail Exceeds department that we could use for this. You know what I mean? It's one of those cases you look at this card and you're like, wow, this is some pretty cool design space. Alright, and then we have the Mermail King Neptibus, ultra rare. 2+ monsters, including a fish, sea serpent, or aqua. Your opponent cannot target water monsters. This card points to card effects. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. So if a water monster sends the graveyard to activate a card effect, you can take a Abyss equip card from your deck or graveyard and either add it to your hand or equip it to this card. And if this card in owner's possession is destroyed by a opponent's card effect, add an Atlantean or Mermail from your deck to your hand. Hey, free recurability, which is all we really care about here. And then we got Ghost Ship Mary. Now, this is only available in the Spanish version from the picture, but it was 2 zombie monsters to make this. You can target 1 level 5 or higher zombie monster in your graveyard or banishment. Place that card in your spell, or you place this card in your spell and trap card zone. If you do, special summon that monster. And when this card is a continuous spell, you can target 1 level 5 or higher zombie monster control. Destroy 1 monster your opponent controls with an attack equal to or lower. So it's not Mermail support. It's Eldritch support, actually, which I was really happy with. And then we got the Legendary Lord, 6 Samurai Shen. If this card is synchro summoned, you can add a 6 Samurai or Shen effect monster from your deck to your hand or graveyard to your hand. I love how they had to mention that. And you can only use each of the following effects once per turn. So, once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, negate the activation, you destroy that card. And this card of the field will be destroyed by battle. Card effect, destroy 1 monster you control instead. I'm glad it doesn't say specifically 1 6 Samurai monster anymore. It's just, you pop another monster, you're good to go. And the craziest thing of the set, Malcharmi Fuwaso, is, in fact, a secret rare. If you control no cards, quick effect, you can apply these effects this turn. So each time your opponent special summons a monsters from the deck or extra deck, immediately afterwards, draw 1 card, and then during the end phase, if the number of cards in your hand is more than the number of cards on your opponent's field plus 6, randomly shuffle cards from your hand back into the deck until you have the number of cards your opponent controls plus 6. You only activate 1 other Malcharmi monster effect per turn. The turn you activate this effect. This is going to be $100+. Whew, those are your rarities. What do you guys think? Please, if comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace. Patrons, Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.